England stumbled to victory in their opening match of the Rugby World Cup against Belgium by just 35 points to 0. They must guard against complacency though. In their second match of the tournament, they're up against a side which is yet to get a victory. It is Portugal, and it is Rugby World Cup 2019 with England. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Trip, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the Nathan Nicholls Be A Pro career, where we are looking for the ultimate trophy among all rugby trophies, the William Webb Ellis Cup. This is another game England should do quite easily, but you may notice one change to the team sees Karma come in to scrum half, replacing Brake, who went down with injury in matchup number 1. Nicholls was great for the opening quarter of an hour, average for the next 60 minutes, and then come home strong in the last 10. He's got to really pick up here today and score some massive points along with the rest of his team and put this Portuguese side to the sword. Again, just like Belgium, it's just an achievement in itself to get to the Rugby World Cup finals. They have got nothing here to prove but to put other teams in uncomfortable positions. Like we talked about last episode, injuries to the big nations could damage their hopes, but as for Portugal, they've got nothing to lose. So it's all out on the line here. The Portuguese looking to add another upset to the many already in the World Cup so far, up against England. So it'll be Portugal, of course, in the predominantly red, slightly green kits here, up against England, of course, in the straight white with the red rose. Nathan Nicholls at fullback. Kickoff is underway. Portugal not having the greatest start to their World Cup so far. They've been put down a couple of times, but you never know what will happen here in the big dance against a team like England. But the rain, we haven't talked about the rain just yet. And Sam Stanley on the left wing has made the first of what I predict will be many of errors. Knock on number 1.
Crouch.
Portugal after a minute and a half, a chance with possession inside the English half. Now Nicholls and his teammates, they must be careful here. Portugal with a great shove in the scrum. And they charge forward a good couple of metres off the initial hit. Now what can their backline do? You've got to use them. They go out to their fly half, who spreads it wide as the backline continues to open up. Nicholls comes up into the line as the defence shifts across, and Portugal will switch it back inside before going into contact for the first breakdown of their match.
Release.
Just outside the 22 here, midway 22-10-metre line. Looks like England might turn this over, and they do indeed. Here's Karma. He's got a bit of a running game on him, and they continue to shift it out to the right-hand side. Nicholls jumps in the breakdown to help them out. And it's there for Jones. Goes short. A good run straight in through from Downing. Downing breaks him in half. Looking for options. Finds Nicholls. Nicholls gets acceleration. And Nicholls gets try number 5 of the Rugby World Cup for England and for himself. 6th try for the team. 5th for Nathan Nicholls. It's like we've seen in the opening passages against Belgium. Just sits on the shoulder of the man who makes a break. He floats around, he just gets in those great positions, and he just finishes the chances. You see Downing here, he had no one around him. He somehow got that ball away to Nicholls, and just sheer acceleration was all that he required to get home at the end of the day. He had plenty of defenders around him, but just that spark when he puts the foot down, he is almost impossible to stop from that point. If you're not in front of him, you're behind him, and it quickly becomes that case as well. One early mistake in the rain hasn't affected the two sides since, but we are still very, very early in this match as the pitch wears down, the ball gets more slippery. Things are going to get crazy, I imagine. 7-0 though after 8.5 minutes. England finally take the lead. Portugal get the game back underway. Short kick-off, nicely claimed as well there. And England start again. If they choose to go on this right-hand side, they could be in for some chances here. Nicholls again, splits the gap in half. Where's Bannerhan? Where are you, Banners? Oh, you idiots! We needed Banners there. He could have gone in for the assist. Nicholls and put Banners away. But he's first man there to congratulate Nicholls, who puts 2 tries back-to-back inside a couple of minutes. We really wanted to draw and pass there. Karma did well. Nicholls burned through the hole. Fullback comes in. Nicholls dummies to Banners, who wasn't even in the frame. And then shifts off his right foot. Steps that last defender. So fast. It's just what Portugal can't handle. It's the same with the Belgians the week before. Match before, I should say. The Portuguese just not up to that high standard, that high level of extreme speed and skill. And Nicholls, again, 11 minutes in, he's back to double. When does it end? And will he go to sleep again? He really went off the boil in that opening match against Belgium. 14-0 the score. Again, expected to go this way. We've had a couple of upsets, but not at this tier 1 level like England. New Zealand, Australia, the likes of those, they're all right up there performing. It's the likes of Samoans going down to Belgium in the same pool as England. That's been the real upset of the tournament so far. Here is Williams. Shifts it away to Ford, and Ford cuts in half. He's got man with him. Oh, he should have gone to left, but it's Armitage that'll go all the way. Look at the speed from Armitage as he streaks home. Oh, the finish of dreams. The dive of champions from Armitage. And that is what we like to see from England. Someone other than Nicholls scoring the tries. Good break from Ford. And then we see someone else with some speed. And it's Guy Armitage. And look at this. Oh, glorious dive. Putting the dot right after that exclamation mark. The initial bust was scything. This was beautiful. Armitage scores his first try of the Rugby World Cup 2019. Nicholls already has 5. No, 6. He's already got 6. The team just has 8. More points on offer here for Nicholls. Strikes his conversion nicely. Over it goes. And he is racking up a pile of more points here. Portugal not faring too well, but much like we've seen in their opening match against Belgium. 15 minutes gone now, 2 minutes longer than it took to put 21 on Belgium. They've put them on Portugal. This is where the game changed in matchup number 1. What will happen here today? Let's find out. Charging in there. Voitov, first time we said his name. Here's Karma, goes away to try scorer. Armitage does well and puts it through to Williams. Williams busts it inside move as well. Banahan couldn't quite offload. He was wrapped up well by the Portuguese defence. Now here's a little run from Shingler. He's got it to Nicholls. He gets rid of 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and oh, nearly 6. What a run! One more and he's away for the try and half the squad. England and Armitage holds it up and there's a maul. Not interested in that, England. Here's Nicholls, so he goes. Too much speed. The finish. Oh, what a tackle! What a tackle from Portugal in defence. Now here they come on the attack. Oh, Nicholls, he got a bit cocky. He got far too cocky. He should have just carried on and put the foot down. Oh, unbelievable. Valiant defence from Portugal. Nicholls denied his back-to-back hat-trick. 3-man line out. They find Atwood. And a massive backline here for England if they want to use it. They're all running in to join the maul. They charge into the 22. Very compact backline. One man way out on the end of it is Nicholls. Great inside ball. And here come England again. Charging through tackle after tackle. But Portugal pick it up. Oh, that was so good from England. Williams makes another strong tackle. 3 men back. Atwood is 1. Is there a kick going to come? Yes, and it's bludgeoned straight to touch just over the 22 by Portugal. What's the call this time by Captain Nicholls? 25 minutes gone. Now he opts for the 5-man line out. Well, that could explain what's happening here. We're all up the wop with our tactics. All stolen, is it? Yes, Portugal They take it back. And a little
Release.
snarky little play. Down the short side for the hooker. Finds him a good 10 metres, but England turn it over. And now they spread it wide. It's an opportunity out there as well.
Advantage.
Nicholls didn't really want that. It's advantage Portugal. Forward pass as Nicholls was looking for Armitage out wide. He received it. He didn't give it, Nicholls. But you see, he overran. Oh, Stanley. It's a shame. Real shame because Armitage had room on that left side again.
Set.
He's out there with Bannerhand. What can our scrum do this time, England? Portugal holds steady on the first. This time they're looking all right as well. It's not moved, I don't think. Does the ball come out anywhere? It does. It's there for Portugal. Yeah. Oh, shaped a kick, but he ran it.
Release.
A little play from Portugal and then hold them down 10-metre line. They go to the short side. Oh, good little curve pass around there on the inside as well. Keeping it tight around the breakdown. He's a pick and go. England.
Release.
Clean that up nicely. It's all Portugal now. Much like we've seen in our opening match. Oh! Thunderous tackle there. Continue on. It's not gone 10 metres from the sideline just about yet.
Release.
Nicholls, he senses a kick as they now start to come to their left side. One off, two. They finally get some width on the ball. They've got numbers. It's time on overlap. They go too early, far too early. Oh, that was dreadfully early, and the kick is in touch on the full. It's a bit of a disappointment, that. Those two buttons being so close. Well, the one button doing the two actions, I should say. It's a line out to Portugal. They've done well at the set piece, the Portuguese. Nicholls went into the line. He's kicked ahead. No one's home, but Nicholls leads the chase. And there's three more Englishmen behind him. Stanley does well. Nicholls has got the ball. Nicholls cuts in half. Nicholls runs through the middle. He's beaten the ball. Step around about fullback. And it is see you later. Nathan Nicholls, he's not even sprinting. That's how easy this is. Oh, the jubilation as well. The big fist bump to the crowd. He knew what that was. That was special. Highlight reel stuff from Nathan Nicholls. At the back from Stanley, the acceleration. He pushes the ref out of the way. Little goose step, side step around the fullback. And there we go. He just said with 30 or 35 metres to go. Let's save the energy. I'll just jog my way to the try line. The danger, it ended right here. And then it was a cruise for Nathan. A jog, an easy jog. He's played at such a high level for so long. This is just like a training run for him. He hasn't had to work too hard in these matches, let's be fair. He's played well, and the defences just haven't picked him up in his lines he's been running. Top flight teams will do that, but he better make the most of it. Make hay while the sun shines, as they say. 28-0. Nicholls, well, he's got his hat-trick, hasn't he, as well? Forgot to mention that. That is back-to-back hat-tricks for Nathan Nicholls. And I'd imagine he should be well leading the try-scoring stakes after the opening couple of matches. Well, would you look at that? 28-0 is a score, but possession, that is massive. 90% to 10%. Domination by England, 64-36 is territory. But the handling is, of course, when you got 10% of the ball, it's hard to even drop it. 4 by England, 0 by Portugal. They've even made one line break. You've got to give them some credit for that. 10% of the ball, one line break. It's a decent enough effort as well. England, though, on the other hand, they've made 6, which is a big difference. Tackle count, almost dead even. Hadn't been too many in the opening half of this second round match of the Rugby World Cup. But it is England, well and truly in control, 28-0 over Portugal. Goal number 1 for Portugal is more ball. They've been shut out in that first half and down by 28 points now. Rain still pouring down. I'm surprised how well the handling has been by these two sides. One mistake already by England, Stanley with the knock on, but aside from that, it's been very, very clean. Release. By both of these sides. Nicholls just finding out he's got to do kicking meters in this match. Might change the way they play a little bit. It's Portugal. Get some rare time with the ball in hand, and there's a kick over his head. He'll be disappointed there, Nathan. He would have wanted to put that up and quick throw in. And maybe carve off some more yards himself. Well, we're not even on high over down here. I mean, is this the first time we've been in our own half, let alone 22? Let's see. Throw in. It's stolen! What is with these minnow teams having good set pieces? We are getting shut out at good attacking time. There's a break through the middle. Good break through the centres as well. And the knock on eventually kills any chance of that progressing. There'll be a scrum feed to England. Well, early days when you look through the fixtures list, the results list, there's probably not too many sides that are really sticking out as early winners. Here is England putting on some good shoves and getting possession of the ball nice and early. It comes to the right. It comes to England. Looking to involve Banahan. He strikes away the tackle as well. Oh, what an idiot. I got in the way. I can't do it. Oh, no. I just overrun my support play. Banahan didn't put the acceleration down, but Armitage well. Oh, what a try. Guy Armitage saves the blushes of Banahan and Nicholls with his second of the match. Nicholls, there was a forward pass and then the Portuguese fullback. What a run from him, but you got to feel sorry for this man here. Bang! Drop of the shoulder from Armitage and it was good night. Get the hospital. There was a forward pass. You got to feel sorry for the Portuguese there as well. That should have been a penalty back their way, but bang. Oh, just rocked back. Punishing run from Guy Armitage. That's what he offers. And it's good to see the others step up when Nicholls makes an error. Doesn't happen often, but we've seen already in this World Cup, it does happen. He needs to get them out of his system nice and early. It's come knockout time, we can't afford those. Here's the conversion. He's 100% for the tournament still. He scored 7 tries. And every single conversion he's lined up has gone over. 35-0. Same score as what they got against Belgium. Can they add a couple more? Short kickoff. Oh, it's travel time. Williams. Nicholls has got the ball. I don't want to kick it. Oh, too bad. Something I've done here that's forced the kick. Hey, that's good. That's our kicking meter's complete. I didn't think of that. Good kick. Let's chase it back. Okay, we got it. Armitage. Didn't really want that ball there, Guy, but thanks, I guess. He made it up midway, 22 halfway. Good ball away to Atwood. He holds it up in the tackle. Help him out, man. God damn it, guys. Why do you just let everyone to sink like that? It was turned over. Williams does well. Nicholls, he's involved. He gets it away back. There to Sue Armitage. Still going. Stefan Armitage this time. No one's helping out. This time it's Stanley. There's no fullback in place. Nicholls didn't really want their ball. How that was delivered to him, I'm not sure. Here's Karma. Someone's going back for Portugal. The ball squirts loose. It's come up again for England. And they set it up. Just over halfway. Nicholls, in traffic again. I mean, he's getting no luck of pass at the moment. Turnover ball to Portugal. And well done to them. Atwood makes a good tackle. Nicholls is getting shafted here. They are targeting him massively. Someone cover fullback, because I'm not. Let's see. No one's covering fullback. Bit of a concern. Oh, we turned it over. That's all right. Another run away from Karma. Another turnover from Portugal. What's going on here? Portugal are really stepping up their game in the second half. They've had a rollicking by their coach. But these pick and goes sideways are never going to get them any very far. 3-on-2 overlaps are, however, but they need to pass it. Turnover in the pipeline. No. Good work, Portugal. You're hanging on nicely here. Now they look to use the width. Though they step inside, the ball loose. And free again, England. Wow, they stopped that becoming a threat. Armitage away to Nicholls. Now he's in space. And he looks for the grubber and Banahan. He's streaking along. It's a try to Banahan. That's it. I don't know. It is! They were just lying on the ground, cuddling for a minute there. I didn't know if he got it down or not. But what a try by England! Nicholls, playing provider this time, just got that kick away. And how it bounced end on end just meant Banahan had to just pick it up. And that's debatable whether he got that down. But the fact is he celebrated while the ball stuck to his chest is equally impressive. The kick, though, was extraordinary. The defence there by the Portuguese hooker, of all people, to get back there at Banners is well played. Matty Banahan gets his first try of the Rugby World Cup. And it's good to see more members of this England team getting on the scoreboard. Bar Nathan Nicholls, of course. Come quarterfinal, semi-final, final if they get that far. He's going to need a team performance. Nicholls, we've seen teams like Belgium and Portugal. They've got enough about them to shut down his play. But it's just when he gets in that open space, like we've seen just then with the Banahan try. He just accelerated 2-on-2. He had the speed around the outside, and that was all he required. The grubber kick past the fullback was near perfection. I mean, another metre or so, and Banahan just could have dived on it. That's how good it was. Oh, that is a nasty high tackle there from the Portuguese defender. Then he quickly trots back with sorries in whatever their language is. Portuguese or Spanish? Is it one of those two? To the English player who was physically assaulted there. Thumped away downfield by Nicholls. He's given them a bit of tongue as well. Not really the match you should be doing that, Nathan. I mean, it's 42-0. I guess these guys will probably be full amateurs. Ease up, hey, son. England looking for the 50 now. They've got a line out. They go to the back. It was nicely claimed by Armitage. That's Stefan Type. Now here's a run through the backs of Voitov. Great offload as well. And they continue to spin it wide. Here's the other Armitage. It's got Armitage to Banahan. Is he going to back himself? No, he goes to Nicholls, who just gets over. He was trying to be held up by the Portuguese defender once more, but he ticks off back-to-back 4 tries and 8 for the tournament as well. Banahan did well. They skipped out Nathan, which really put the pressure on the Portuguese defence to cover back. He tried to charge over the fullback, but he took the hit and turned in the tackle, managed to somehow release it out to Nathan, and from there on in, it was just 2 metres out. Curtains for the Portuguese defence. No, it was 6 metres out. Give him a little bit more running, and he almost went the full length of the try line as well. The in-goal area counting up probably another 5 or 6 metres as well. Banahan's come alive in today's game, as has Armitage a bit more. He's built nicely on their first match of the World Cup. It's good to see these guys going nicely. Stanley is probably the one we've been missing in action. He's a good finisher, but he just hasn't had the opportunity. Dropped an early ball, would have hurt his confidence. A couple of tries here today against Portugal would have been good for him. They don't want to be going into their game against France, which is their crunch match, second to last, with any problems about confidence or things like that. Here is Nicholls looking, scything. Oh, wow! That is how you put Nicholls down. You just take his head off and he taps. And he goes again anyway. He chips over the top of the fullback. He catches it on the full. Oh my word! Take a bow. Nathan Nicholls, try the tournament already. Never before have I seen a chip and chase caught on the full. Edward gives him a behind the back fist bump. This is remarkable stuff. The speed. Oh yes! Nathan Nicholls put it away! Well, that has really put the finishing touches on this game. This is miraculous. Unbelievable. He gave it the good toe as well. It was a decent little chip. And he's come up with a saver. That is quite remarkable. Didn't think we'd get to 50, but Nicholls has given it to England. Oh, in the highest of regard. That is just outstanding. Running out of superlatives at the moment in the Rugby World Cup already for Nicholls in England. 56-0, they've hit their straps. Belgium was the warm-up. Portugal, wow, this is a pantsing, isn't it? They targeted 50 for these minnow sides as an adequate scoreline. They didn't get it in the opener. That really would have disappointed them. But they've put it down beautifully. No injuries so far either. It's a good ball away to Williams. Nicholls tries to shrug away. Oh, he needs to be careful too, because if he gets injured, oh man, we won't be happy, will we? Because Six Nations now, we've missed 2 tournaments through injury. Big pass wide. Let's get Stanley in the game, but he refuses. He goes back to forward.
Release.
Do we have one more, England? 56-0. No, we've lost the ball. I'd love to get Stanley involved with a try, because we do need both our wingers performing. I think Banahan's built nicely in this match. Armitage as well, but we've seen very little from Stanley, like we just spoke of. Nicholls has got work to do. Oh, the fan! Portugal could have stolen one there, and a big thumper upfield from Atwood. Mark, not taken. A little offload there, which was just dropped in his path. Oh, Portugal playing the happy game at the moment.
Release.
Up they go, England, trying to steal the ball through Nicholls. Half a minute to go, and we are all done for round 2 of the Rugby World Cup. Oh,
Release.
what a tackle. There goes full time. Now England can celebrate 56 points. Oh, Nicholls has knocked it on. Oh, good thing we're allowed to make 2 handing errors. Portugal will play the advantage here. Turn it over, boys.
Release.
Let's just put the hammer on them. Well, we've stuffed the game here because we've made a knock on, which is really disappointing. Nicholls will not be impressed with how that's gone. And yes, the referee says no advantage there for Portugal. No surprise there either. Nicholls has made an error, but England have been emphatic today. The team is slowly built into this one. Overall, they were average against Belgium, but now as a squad, they've come together. Stanley gets pats on the back just to say, keep trying, son. But it really was the Armitage and Banahan show, alongside, of course, Nathan Nicholls. There is Matty Banners. Nathan Nicholls at the back as well. Handshakes with the Portuguese player, who are no doubt starstruck with coming up against the world's best, Nathan Nicholls. 56-0. Nicholls 5, Armitage 2, and Banahan just the 1. 8 tries to 0. Nicholls 8 conversions as well for their 56 points. Full-time stats for our possession. It did drop. It was 90-10. Portugal pulled it back a bit. 26% they managed in the second half. Territory pretty much 60-40. You'll give it to that. To Portugal, 1% extra. The tackle count really didn't mount so much, did it? About 20 or so in the first half, 30 in the second. Portugal did get a bit reckless in the latter parts of the second half with a couple of punishing high hits, which frustration does mount in when you're down by 50. The high tackles here at the bottom, but it was line breaks here. Credit to Portugal, 26% of the ball over the match. To get still 3 line breaks against one of the top 5 teams in the world in England. Or are they the top 2? Who knows at this stage of the World Cup? There's no real rankings, but even still, against England, to get 3 line breaks is still impressive. 8 tries coming from 11 by England is quite sublime. How did Nicholls go? 5 tries? I thought we only got 4. Okay, that's 9 for the tournament. Goodness me, I'm losing count already, and it's only game 2. 8 conversions, 5 line breaks, picking up 5 tries as well. 3 tackles only. Did we have to make tackles here today? I can't remember. Handing errors, we made 2 as well, but we were allowed to make 2. We only made 1 knock on, which will save our blushes as well. Did we get a 9? I hope we get a 9. Let's see how we went overall with our objectives and our match rating. So 4 out of 5 is not too bad. We got 1 handing error, we're allowed 2. We got just the kicking meters. Okay, it wasn't just about 100 more than required. 400 running meters to the whisker. We only required 66. Didn't manage an offload, which is a bit of a shame, and we didn't concede a penalty, which is nice as well. So 4 out of 5 ain't bad, but look at the increases. Fitness, speed, and acceleration, all just 0.1. Passing 0.3, kicking a goal, kicking 0.4, catching 0.7, mental 0.4, and discipline 0.1. So some nice ones there, but overall we're not increasing much now, are we? Because we're so highly skilled already. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. 9.73. That was a better display by England and by Nathan. Couple of red ones at the bottom there would have got us near a 10. But, I mean, it's Portugal. We can let that slide. 9.73. Love it. Very, very good. Right, so we got some matches. Georgia over USA. Why is it doing that every game? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Next up, we've got Namibia. But, you know, I'm quite liking how this tournament is going. So what was our last match? There we go. We just played Portugal, so that's where we've seen up to last episode. What else we got? We got Georgia. Whoa, 1 point over USA. Australia thrashed Russia. Spain over Uruguay. That's a bit of an upset. Samoa take out Portugal. Italy and Canada draw. 18 all. Wow. South Africa over Russia. Ireland thrashing Scotland. France thrashing Belgium. New Zealand thrashing Georgia. Fiji thrashing Romania, which is a bit of a surprise as Romania won against Italy. Was it? I can't remember now who they beat up at the top. Argentina over Uruguay, and next up is England versus Namibia. Standings in the pools. France still lead the way. They've played the extra match, but they're picking up bonus points with ease. The pool leader is going to come down to who wins out of England versus France. No question about that. Pool 2, New Zealand leads the way easily over Georgia. Canada in third, USA fourth, Italy and Tonga round out the table. Pool 3 sees South Africa leading the way over Australia, who have a game in hand. Fiji, Japan, Romania, Russia round out Pool 3. And the fourth pool, this is the interesting one. Wow. Okay, this is really interesting. Ireland lead the way. Argentina equal points. Those two are going to decide the pool. Scotland, they're 9 points behind. Their tournament's over. Spain is fourth on 4. But look at fifth. Wales, 1 point from 2 games. Uruguay, no surprise, they are at the bottom. Right. So that leaves us just one thing to do before our next match against Namibia, who are sitting fourth. They've got 1 win. They're on 5 points. Let's have a look at Nicholls here. Nothing else has gone to triple figures, but aggression is 99. Still got that speed and acceleration up there. Passing 97, 99 on kicking, 98 goal kicking. We're looking very, very tidy at the moment to getting the job done. But that is it. Round 2 of the Rugby World Cup. It is almost a formality at the moment, isn't it? Going through these games. It's not till we meet France and then get into the quarterfinals where the tournament is going to begin. So let's keep on trucking through these episodes and we'll get to the big matches. And then, of course, we've got 2020 to think about. But first things first, it is the William Webb Ellis Trophy, forefront of our minds. Thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you're all enjoying the series so far. Let me know your thoughts on who's going to win the World Cup from the results that we're seeing already. And until next time, thank you all for tuning in. And as always, take care.